Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a very special video for me. As you might have read from the title, I got married again. Let's talk about it a little bit more, and in this video I will also show you how I recreated my wedding makeup look. Not my hair, obviously, that's just a ponytail. But yeah, to get to a little bit the reason why I got married again, my husband and I got married in May 2016, and that was due to the fact that he got a job in the US. And you've heard me in my channel and in my videos that I was in the US for around 1.5 years. And it was not possible for me to join him in that experience if we weren't married, because I didn't have a job then and he got a job really quickly. We wanted to get married anyways. We were just gonna wait for, you know, find a house, get settled, finish the PhDs. We had both just finished our PhDs, so find a job that we liked and like our path, and then we were gonna get married to have a little bit more financial room for it. But so we had to do it really quickly. So that time we went just with our closest family, mom, dad, brothers and sisters, to the city hall in 's-Hertogenbosch here in the Netherlands. It's a beautiful old city and we had the best day ever then. It was so good. No expectations from anybody, but it was 25 degrees in the Netherlands in May. Beautiful and sunny and wonderful food. So we had a really great day then. But we knew that when we came back from the US, we wanted to actually share it with everybody, to have a big celebration. And I hadn't had a dress. We decided not to do wedding rings at the time 2 years ago because we really wanted to do a proper wedding. So once he got his confirmation that we were coming back to the Netherlands for his job, we started planning a wedding. And first of all, we had to decide, he's Dutch, I'm Italian, where are we gonna do this wedding? We decided for Italy, where I'm from, in Trieste, and that is because, yeah, we had one wedding here, and in Italy it's just, the place is beautiful, the food is amazing. It would be also a little bit of a special occasion for our guests from the Netherlands if they wanted to first get to know my city, but also just go to Italy for a weekend. We decided on a date, and that would be the weekend of, here they call it Pinksteren. I think it's Ascension in English. It's a Catholic holiday, and in the Netherlands this is a national holiday. So the Monday there would be a day off for everybody in the Netherlands, so we decided to do the wedding on Sunday so that people who had to come really touch and go could drive down Friday night or Saturday and leave on Monday and still be able to come to the wedding. And that actually happened for a few people. And so we decided to do it in Italy. We decided on the dates and we started planning. I brought my mom on board, which was amazing. She helped so much. She was our point of contact in Italy. She went scouting for locations, florists, and there's only so much you can do from online and from a distance. So she did everything that could be done only locally, and the decorations and a lot of the things, and I will never be able to thank her enough for that. It was amazing. And then what happened is, actually with my friend in the US, we went dress shopping, and it was just one day after a sports class that we did together. We had avocado on toast, as one does, for breakfast on a Sunday, and decided to go dress shopping. At the second appointment, I think, I had found the dress, my perfect dress, like I wanted it, except that it was a sample and it was 2 or 3 sizes too big. 2 sizes, I think. So nevertheless, I bought the dress. I dragged it back from the US to the Netherlands and went hunting for a seamstress who would make it smaller for me. After, I think, the second person I talked to, I found this lovely girl who used to be a seamstress at a wedding, a bridal shop, and she took the dress in for me. We met a few times and put it at length, added some, it's called a bustle, to be able to pull up the dress when you're dancing so you don't have a train, and also made the red ribbon. A red ribbon because the wedding color was a dark red, neutral, not too burgundy, not too brown, pretty much the color of the lipstick I have on right now. And that was also the color of the ribbon that went on the corset in the back of my dress. That was the most beautiful detail, and I am so happy how the dress turned out. Yeah, the day itself was absolutely gorgeous. We were blessed with beautiful weather, and we had a ceremony outside in the garden of the venue. Then we had a dinner there, and then we went outside. We called a band. Both my husband and I played in the same band for years, and it was just very us to have a live band. It was a cover band of rock music. They're called the Fulminas, from Gemona in Italy, and they did an amazing job. We had such a great party. Everybody was dancing. There was a mix of old school rock stuff that also our parents knew, some Italian rock that it was memories for me with my girlfriends from high school who also came to the wedding. It was so much fun. All of our friends from the Netherlands. There were actually around 70 guests in total, of which 50 from the Netherlands. It was just like crazy. So cool that everybody could come with the babies, my best friend with her 1-year-old, and it was absolutely fantastic. It literally, I still like tear up just thinking about how good that day was. And yeah, we went to take pictures in one of the most cliche spots in Trieste, the Castle of Miramare. It's an old end of the 1800s, beginning of the 1900s castle, and it was a present from the Emperor of Austria to his brother. Trieste used to be Austrian for 600 years, so we have a lot of ties, but the castle is this beautiful white towers on the sea, and I couldn't imagine a better place to take pictures. We had great experience with our photographer Alessandro Bidoli, and everybody who worked at the wedding with us. Everything was absolutely amazing. We just came back 2 days ago, went back to work yesterday, which was a bit traumatic, but yeah, I'm still in pink clouds, as we say, up in the clouds of happiness. And I wanted to actually relive this moment a little bit with you guys and share it, because I know a lot of you on Instagram and on Facebook were so nice congratulating us and loved the pictures. And I thought I would recreate my wedding day makeup here on my channel, because it's a beauty channel. Why not do that and share my wedding story? I know this is a bit long for an introduction. I am sorry. Let's get into the makeup. Don't forget to subscribe, and let me know what you think about it down below. I'm going to start by priming the eyes with my Wild Photofocus primer. Of course, I wanted my eye makeup to last all day and more, and night. We had a different schedule compared to regular weddings in Italy, I guess. We started with getting ready, of course, at my house, or at my parents' house, actually. And we took the photos before the ceremony. So the good thing about that is that my makeup would look good the whole time for the photos, not so much for the party, maybe. I brought with me my Life palette. These are all Makeup Geek eyeshadows, and these are the ones that I use the most. For the makeup for the wedding, I was going for reds, and that is because the accent color for the wedding was that. I am starting off setting the primer with Mirage by Makeup Geek, and that will also highlight my brow bone. So I was saying I had a red accent, and that was also in the ribbon of the corset closing of my dress on the back, which I really loved. It was all to tie in with the hair and everything. So I wanted my makeup to also be in shades of red. Then I went in with Latte, which is a neutral transition shade. And what I wanted to avoid was actually going for a very warm tone look, because as much as I love them on a daily basis, they are not really very natural looking. Not that my makeup looked natural at all, but it's a little bit more timeless if you have a neutral eye makeup, let's say, and not warm tone. As in, warm tone is now very popular and in, but not really timeless, I guess. I don't know, that's at least how I thought about it. Also, I just realized I have no brows on. I did my brows first. Let me do those off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, I have brows and I look a little bit better. I used my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade because this is really bulletproof. I used the shade Chocolate, and I'll set them also with a brow gel, but later after I'm done with all my base. To continue the eye look, I am taking the shade Bitten, which is a red burgundy shade. And yeah, so what I was saying is everything was a little bit red, hence the nails and the accessories on the groom. And yeah, our schedule was a bit different because if there's one thing that I do not like in weddings in Italy is the fact that first you go to church or the courthouse or wherever you're getting married, and then your guests have to wait hours for you to take pictures. And I find that as a guest extremely annoying, and usually I'm hungry and thirsty and there's barely anything to eat or drink. So we decided to postpone the ceremony to the afternoon, since we were not getting married anywhere specific. There was a friend of ours who was marrying us. We decided to just do it in the afternoon in the garden of the restaurant, so that guests wouldn't have to move, they wouldn't have to wait, and it would be just full on. Starting at 3 o'clock, it was just all day. Then I am going in with Cherry Cola, which is a darker version of Bitten, to intensify the outer corner and the crease. When it comes to preparations for the wedding, beauty-wise at least, I made sure to, first of all, get the right hair color, because I went to a hairdresser to have my ends lightened, to have more movement in the braid I was doing. And unfortunately, the toner that they used, first of all, they didn't use a toner, then I asked them to, and the toner that they used was actually a bit too orange or like copper toned. So I had to go and buy my own red tone conditioner to get a nice red on my hair. And then what I did is, the 2 nights before, I slept in a hair mask from Sephora, and I did some deep conditioning also with my conditioner and stuff like that. It was, for me, important that my hair looked really shiny and healthy. And of course it didn't look like this. I'll insert photos of the hair throughout the video, because it was amazing. I was so happy with the hair. It was done by a friend of the girlfriend of my brother, Federica Miani. She's a makeup artist and a hairdresser. She does a lot of bridal and theater and TV. In the meantime, for my lid shade, I am taking a mix of, this one is Magic Act, and I think this one is Starry Eyed. Because Starry Eyed is a bit more pink, Magic Act is a bit more golden, and as I said, I kind of want a neutral on my eye. Also, the day of, Federica was coming to do my hair, and I had decided, or rather I was instructed by my husband and groom, that I was not allowed to actually have someone else do my makeup, because I had the risk of not being happy with it, or just simply the fact that there was no point in spending money on someone doing my makeup, since I am so passionate about it. And so I decided to do it myself. So I did my eyes first, actually, pretty much up to now. I forgot actually to define the eyes before I put on lashes. I used the black kohl liner. This one is from Wycon, a long-lasting eyeliner in deep black. This is really, really good and sets very well. So I both tight lined my upper lash line. I didn't want it to look completely black, so I don't want actual black liner, no wings, because I don't wear them on a daily basis. I wouldn't wear them. But this helps with blending and avoiding white areas with the lashes. And on my lid as well, just a little bit and quite messy. Then with a little smudger brush, I smudged it all along the lash line. As you can see, I concentrated the kohl only on the outer portion of the eye, because I don't want to close the eye. And this is for my eye shape specifically, but I find it looks much, much better. Then because the black doesn't really fit with the theme, let's say, I went in with an eyeshadow, and this I believe is Aphrodite from Makeup Geek, and went over it to create a smoky lash line. Mix it a little bit with cherry kohl if needed, and this will also help intensify the outer corner a little bit more. Because I'm gonna wear false lashes, I can go a little bit more dramatic and more out with the outer corner than normal. And I kind of have a feeling this video is gonna last forever. Okay, this eye is done. I'm gonna do the other and the lashes, and I'll be right back. Here we go, and while my lashes are drying, I can start on the face. And I wanted to start on the face as late as possible because I have oily skin, and I just wanted it to last as long as possible, which actually I was so impressed by. Anyways, I was recommended by my friend Francesca from Being Cute Is Not a Crime. She is a makeup artist, and she lent me this Medina crystal powder, and this is a pretty much pure silicone powder, and this will cover your pores, will block oil from coming through, and it will make you look flawless. I have tried this before the wedding a few times, and I actually had broken out from it. I had here some pimple. I still have a little bit of scarring, but the photos that I took those days that I had tried it convinced me that this was definitely the one I wanted for my wedding. I use it both as primer and as powder later on. And yeah, the pores are filled. The soft focus effect is incredible, and I only use it in the center of my face. Oh, just a small thing about the lashes. I had some trouble with them lifting at the end of the day. I think it's inevitable. I had lash glue with me, but I just didn't bother doing anything with it. I barely noticed. I barely went to the bathroom. I barely retouched my lipstick, actually not at all. So yeah, just keep in mind if you're doing your makeup for your wedding, you might not have time or do not even want to retouch it. For foundation, I use my Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. This is in the shade Intensity 3, and this worked for me very, very, very well. It's lighter than the Estee Lauder Double Wear in both in coverage and in feeling. Let's say it's not as full coverage, it's not as heavy on the skin. And I tried both. I also picked up a lighter shade of this, but then I went off and tanned for the wedding because I don't like looking like a little mozzarella. It's just my personal preference. So I actually reverted to this one, which is maybe disgusting, but exactly the same foundation I got married in the first time 2 years ago. And that is, I don't know, it still smells okay. I use it very little and didn't want to throw it away. Maybe it's not the most hygienic thing to do, but yeah, that's what I did. And I didn't want to throw away a 30 euro foundation just because it had, yeah, I had it in my collection for a bit longer. I definitely recommend using a damp sponge for foundation for your wedding because you will apply less product and reduce the chances of cake face, so to say. So for concealer, I had purchased on purpose the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have the shade Canal, and this is a very nice concealer, I find. I have other that have more coverage, but this one definitely, I don't know, it looks better, it fades better, and since makeup doesn't last 12 hours or 14 or 16, whatever your wedding day, however long your wedding day is gonna be. So it's better to have something that fades gracefully than something that cakes up on you so much and makes you look like you have more wrinkles than you actually do. So I had tried the formula with those minis available at Sephora, and then for this occasion bit the bullet and spent 30 euros. I think I had a 20% off coupon, and I bought it from Look Fantastic together with the Double Wear Light foundation in the lighter shade that I have. And I actually am now convinced that I should just use these foundations and not just let them sit foundations and concealers, of course. Not just let them sit for special occasions. But you can see the effect is, first of all, I didn't go too light. I don't want the super highlighted look. It's just a little bit lighter than my skin tone. And when I tan, my under eyes are lighter anyways. So yeah, this was my base for the wedding. Clean the piercing, the lips. I don't have any lip balm on me, but that definitely put that first because you're gonna want long wearing lipsticks. We're gonna set the face, and again with the crystal powder from Medina. There's different brands that do this actually, this type of product, but I am so impressed with this one. I set the center of my face with this. Again, for pores and oiliness. Then for the rest of my face, I use the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I have this mini I got from Sephora a while ago. For my under eye, I use a teeny tiny e.l.f. brush. I think it's the small tapered brush, and under the eyes. This also contributes to a soft focus effect, and I really, really like this powder for this. And then with a bigger brush, wherever else you didn't go. Oh, in my hair. This is not a super mattifying powder, that's why I don't want to use it all over. But it's a good setting powder, and with oily skin, you know. Plus, it was like 27 degrees, super warm, super sunny. I was so lucky because the weather was horrible the days before and after the wedding. For my cheeks, I brought my homemade palette. Unfortunately, we had a casualty in travel, and this was already traveling in March. This one here is Nabla Cosmetics Tropez bronzer. I love it. And for the wedding, I actually used the Nabla Gotham as contour and Tropez as bronzer. I'm not gonna lift it up again because it's all crashed and crumbled. Unfortunately, I didn't notice before I came back from Italy, because I would have bought another one of these. For contour, I use these powders because they're very buildable, I would say, and I don't want to have a very sharp line. I just want a little bit of contour to help with the shape of my face and have a little bit more cheekbone, but it's very minimal. I just wanted a more, I want to say natural look, but yeah. Bronzer with a Morphe MB41, and this is a very nice neutral one that doesn't really look too orange. Another good one that I was really close to using was the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula, but I decided to bring a palette instead. For highlighters, same idea, nothing blinding. I thought of using Champagne Pop, but in the end I went with Nabla Baby Glow, which is a beautiful, beautiful highlighter. I don't know if you can even see it on camera because I have no lighting, no artificial lighting. I have a huge window on that side of my bedroom, and it is what it is. But I guess, yeah, you can see it much better on this side. It is just much more natural and not so blinding. And I just wanted to glisten naturally. Also with that heat, I was just gonna sweat, so I didn't need much more. For blush, also Nabla. I made a mix between Nabla. This one is Hey Honey, and I believe this is MAC Burnt Pepper. Yeah. So a mix of these two, maybe a touch of that I used, but it's just to have a not too intense, but rosy, reddy, let's say, blush. I posted on Instagram 2 of the photos I got from the photographer the day itself, because he worked on them a little bit while he had time in between dinner and the party, whatever. And in one of them you can actually see the makeup, and I was so happy with it that yeah, I'm just so nervous of doing my own makeup, of course. Time for the lower lash line. This case, I do not use a black kohl liner for my inner waterline, thank you, words, but a brown one, and this is from Kiko. This is a limited edition Free Soul eyeliner in brown, but Kiko's limited edition for me lasts a very, very long time. And here again, I concentrate only on the outside of the eye because that's what works best for my eye shape. And I wanted a brown because it's less harsh, and black isn't really my color, let's say. And then after smudging that out a little bit, I used again a mix of bitten and cherry cola on the lower lash line. Not the prettiest faces when I do this, I'm sorry guys. Also, did I already tell you how happy I am to be filming again? Even if I'm on the floor of my bedroom? Anyways, for the inner corner Starry Eyed for Makeup Geek that we have on the lid. And this is just so nice and luminous and, I don't know, very brighty, I would say. I really like it. And then mascara. I went out on purpose to buy the waterproof version of my Maybelline Lash Sensational because I cry, and I cried a lot, of happiness mainly. It was so, so good. I was so happy with it. I didn't really tell you how it went, or did it? So we had at 3 o'clock a ceremony, and that was officiated by a very good friend, and he is not a marriage counselor or someone who is authorized to do weddings, but since we were already married, we didn't need to do anything specifically official. We just wanted a nice ceremony to laugh or cry, and he did such a good job. It was so much fun. It was so, so good. I'm gonna set my brows with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, and we wrote our vows, and we actually agreed to make it funny and short, and then Koen surprised me with the nicest, sweetest, most emotional vows ever, and I was like, oh, I just couldn't. I'd never seen him so heartfelt, and it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. Time for the lips. For the lips, I went to MAC with the red cloth from my ribbon of my dress, because that was most important. Find the color and then go around with a swatch of the color with a piece of fabric or whatever you want to use to find the matching thing. So for me, I wanted a matching lipstick to that color, and I found it in Fire Roasted by MAC. It's a liptensity lipstick, so it's very creamy. It doesn't set, but it does transfer. That's, let's say, drawbacks. And the good thing is that because of the way the technology is of this lipstick, it has a layer that kind of sticks to your lips and gives a very long lasting lipstick, and then a creamy layer on top. It's just double pigment, they call it. I'm gonna put this on. I can't talk while I do that, I'm sorry guys. Oh yeah, with the matching lip pencil, of course. Also, it helped a lot when the photographer came in, or I was doing my lips, and I asked him, I didn't know between using this lipstick or the Fenty Stunna lip tint, and I had this on, and he just took a picture and said, this is how it looks in pictures. I was afraid this would be too dark, but I don't think it is. I would also recommend using a lip brush when applying lipsticks for your wedding. You can get much sharper lines, but this time it went quite okay. At the wedding I actually did use it. So here is the finished look for my wedding day. This was also the jewelry I was wearing. I had my hair up in a braid, but I can't do that by myself. And the strapless dress. I'll insert some pictures of the day, and yeah, it has been the best day of my life by far. I cried so much, I laughed so much, I danced so much. We played on stage with the band. We had amazing dinner. I don't know, I would like to have shared it with everybody in the world because it was so good, but we had our closest friends and family. Were around 70 of us. It was really, really nice. I hope you enjoyed this look and going through a little bit of my wedding day with me. And yay, I'm back at filming, at least for now. I'm gonna film a few videos today because yeah, I just want to get back into it, and I can't wait for my beauty room to be done because that's gonna take weeks. We have to paint and put new floors and everything, and we work, so you'll get updates soon, and we'll talk about it in the comments if you have any questions. Check out my Instagram and Facebook for more photos if you're interested of the wedding, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!